Welcome back, everyone. It's me, Frandy1234, coach of your Washington Why Not. It's here to bring you the Purple Society Week 2 against the Po Town Pyukumukus, coached by P. McGee. And if that name sounds familiar during a team builder, it is because we have faced off against him before. In BBL, the last league I uploaded, we actually ended up 6-0ing him. Every game I have fought him in other leagues afterwards, though, have been a 5-0. And and a week ago, he just so happened to 5-0 me in finals. So, I don't think we are in for a very easy one this time. I mean, not like the other one was easy anyway. I made stupid plays and, well, to be completely fair, I completely played High Dragon way too riskily, but you know, that's for all y'all to watch. That's for all y'all to watch, even though y'all already know the result if you haven't watched that already. But please watch it anyway. I need the views. Anyway, his team consists of Mew, Corviknight, Infernape, Protomo, Nidoqueen, Umbreon, Mega Altaria, Pyukumuku, Chinchino, Galarian Darmanitan, and Swirlix. Mew is the biggest threat because it always is in whatever matchup. Setup Dragon Dance Mew is what I am most scared of in this matchup. Whether it be like yeah, Dragon Dance, but also like an agility or autotomize or speed boosting anything. Nasty Plot could work as well, Double Dance Mew with, but I don't think that really gets enough coverage for my entire team. And also the Nidoqueen. That Nidoqueen actually poses a huge issue to my team because I quite literally have no switch-ins except for Vaporeon. But, you know, Vaporeon is usually very, very passive and easily taken advantage of, and we still get to hit KO'd by Life Orb, Max Special Attack, Modest, Thunderbolt, even if we are Max HP, Max Spadef, I believe. If not, I only calced for Max HP, but I think I need the physical bulk for Infernape, I need it for Galarian Darmanitan, I need it for Mega Altaria. Like, Vaporeon is a huge threat in this matchup, but it is also very pressured, which is gonna be a problem this matchup. So, other than that though, this matchup is still very hard, you know, with Corviknight and Infernape posing defensive and offensive threats respectively. Umbreon always being an annoying piece of shit, but that's just Umbreon. And the Pyukumuku probably comes as well to stop a setup Scizor, a Gengar Nasty Plot sweep, a Bulk Up or Shifu, anything that I have to set up, just like cannot hit Pyukumuku, so I'm gonna have to pack on a lot of Toxic this match as well in order for it not to go nuts here. And he has a reputation for bringing the Pyukumuku. He didn't bring it against our battle in BBL, sadly, but he does have a reputation for it, and I hard prepped for the Pyukumuku in that league as well, so that's not gonna change here. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about the matchup. Now onto the sets. First off, we have Urshifu Single Strike holding the Choice Scarf ability Unseen Fist with Wicked Blow, U-Turn, Close Combat, and the Poison Jab. Wicked Blow just generally hits this team really, really hard, except for the Umbreon and Mega Altaria, which the Mega Altaria is gonna be a huge issue in this matchup, and like for Urshifu specifically, which is why I have U-Turn to pivot out whenever that thing wants to come in and just scout for what his switch into Urshifu is. If Mega Altaria goes down, even Scarf, just max attack, close combat, does a shit ton of damage to this team. So does Wicked Blow. Wicked Blow actually goes absolutely ham after the Mega Altaria is gone. And even if it isn't gone, if I get it in range of a Poison Jab, that's going to be extremely valuable because Mega Altaria is a huge threat to Urshifu, as it always is. And, well, Urshifu is kind of just my cleaner here. If, um, if Infernape, no, wait, if Mew starts to get out of hand with a, not Cosmic Power set, because he's definitely not going to bring that, but, like, just a general annoying support set, whether it be with hazards, whether it be with anything, really. T-Spike's Mew is actually something that I am considering in this matchup. The thing is, I can't really do all that much about it, because the only grounded poison that I'm bringing in this matchup, spoiler alert, is Gengar. So T-Spike's Mew is actually something that I am decently worried about, but T-Spike's Nidoqueen is really what I'm worried about. So Wicked Blow, 2-hit KO, both of them, if they don't have defense investment, and, well, it OHKOs Mew, unless it's Colbur Berry, which it might be. So I have to play around that, but Wicked Blow still does a shit ton of damage to it, as it does to literally everything. Otherwise though, Urshifu just does Urshifu things. It clicks buttons, it U-turns, it close combats, it Wicked Blows, it just clicks buttons, it's faster than everything. Speed there is just for Galarian Darmanitan. Physical defense EVs are just there so that I have a chance of living any physical hit. I'm not living any special hits this matchup because most of them are going to be super effective, whether they be coverage from Mew, Fairy, or fighting, special Infernape sets, and special Mega Altaria sets. And yeah, just max attack because I don't really need any other bulk EVs in this matchup in my opinion. But yeah, that's Urshifu. Next up we have Gengar holding the Expert Belt, ability Cursed Body with Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, and Psychic. I actually am capable of hitting almost all of this team for at least... No, like I'm capable of hitting the entire team for super effective or neutral damage. And with the Expert Belt, I can actually get that little bit of chip. I can even KO a Nido... I cannot KO a Nidoqueen, but I have a higher chance of OHKOing it or 2-hit KOing it, depending on what I hit it with first. Shadow Ball 2 Psychic is a guaranteed kill on the Nidoqueen, unless it is max HP, max special defense, or like a really specially defensive Nidoqueen, but I think physically defensive is coming this matchup, specifically for the Mega Scizor and Urshifu. But specially defensive Nidoqueen is still a threat. It's just, I feel like even with specially defensive Nidoqueen, I will be able to hopefully overwhelm it and prevent it from causing me too much momentum in the early game with Toxic Spikes. Which is another one of the big reasons that I'm bringing Gengar, or Nidoqueen, is, like I'm bringing Gengar for T-Spikes prevention, like T-Spikes removal, just in case I don't have to rely on defogging moves, or, you know, like, removal moves to remove hazards in this matchup, which I think could be detrimental, sadly. I have enough speed EVs to outspeed Max Speed Timid Infernape, and by proxy also outspeeds Choice Band Galarian Darmanitan and Max Speed Mew. The sad thing is, I don't even one-hit KO Mew, Max HP Mew, with Shadow Ball from Gengar with a super effective Expert Belt hit. So I'm still gonna have to get Stealth Rock damage on it for me to actually one-hit KO. But with the 16 HP EVs, hopefully a support Mew cannot KO me with Psychic or Psychic Fangs. And even if it does, Cursed Body could potentially come in clutch against just Dragon Dance Mew sets with only contact moves, whether it be knockoff, Psychic Fangs, just whatever for Gengar. And yeah, Gengar is just really gonna be a hard hitter in this matchup. Nothing really else. Hopefully it's able to put in work. Not really much to say about the Gengar set, so on to the next one. Mega Scizor making its debut, holding the Scizorite with Ability Technician with U-Turn, Bullet Punch, Knockoff, and Roost. I'm bringing very bulky, very momentum-based Mega Scizor just to get off as much momentum as I can. This is also a not Mega Galarian Darmanitan check. Well, also it is a Mega Altaria check, but I need to get it in range of Bullet Punch, which is going to be very hard without Swords Dance on the set, but I think I need Knockoff for the Corviknight, for the Umbreon even, just to potentially cripple it, the Mew to scout for its item, or, you know, like, scout for what set it is by knocking off its item. And Roost is there for the recovery. I can Roost up on Rotom, I can Roost up on Umbreon, I can Roost up on, not Mega Altaria, because that thing has Fire Blast. Same with Galarian Darmanitan, and with Flare Blitz. And also, I kind of realized that Chinchino, if I don't bring this thing, can actually be a huge threat to my team with the specific builds that I have on my team. So, you know, this is just like, I'm gonna have to keep this alive in order for Chinchino to not be a huge threat. And also, I get to Roost up on Corviknight and then U-turn for the momentum into whatever I really want in case that it switches. If it U-turns first, if it U-turns 2, I actually lose momentum because I U-turn first and I don't have, like, unless I heavily decrease my speed IVs and get a minus speed nature, I cannot, like, even then, I cannot underspeed 0 HP, 0 EV, speed EV Corviknight, sadly. So I have all the EVs in bulk. I have the specially defensive build, so I can live a max special attack flamethrower from Mew without any setup, no boosting item. I can also live a flamethrower from Timid Nidoqueen, or no boosting item, max special attack Nidoqueen, and a 0 special attack Mega Altaria Fire Blast. And for these physically defensive EVs, that is just there to live a Fire Punch from max attack Mew, I believe. And last but not least, I have the attack investment just there so that I have so that I do more damage to Mega Altaria and Galarian Darmanitan. And potentially the setup Mew that I'm talking about, like Dragon Dance or anything really. But Mew should not be staying in on me unless it is running a specific Mega Scizor lure. So I'm gonna have to be careful around Mega Scizor. Next up is Vaporeon holding the Assault Vest, the ability Water Absorb with Flip Turn, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, and Scald. I know this is a weird-ass Vaporeon set, but Nidoqueen is just such a giant threat to my team that I cannot let its Life Orb set 6-0 me. I cannot. I need the Assault Vest to not be hit KO'd by Thunderbolt, as well as being able to live 2 max attack Life Orb Infernape Thunder Punches, which with my almost max HP 176 Bold, I can actually do. And with my special defense EVs, like I said, I can live 2 Life Orb Nidoqueen Thunderbolts, and the rest in special attack to get more damage on Corviknight, potentially burn it with Scald, more damage on Infernape so that I can guarantee 1-hit KO it even with some special defense EVs. Do more damage to Nidoqueen, which is always valuable, and more damage to Garm, which is a threat to my team with all its coverage, but it is very predictable. And then I have Flip Turn there for the momentum, because a lot of Nidoqueen is going to be switching out of Vaporeon, so I want to be able to get momentum out of that rather than Rotom-Mow coming in for free, getting burns, but me also being forced to switch out into my Mega Scizor, in which case it can Volt Switch, and then all momentum starts to get out of control. And I have Hydro Pump there just for the powerful hit in case I need it for Nidoqueen, in case I need it for Corviknight, in case I need it for Infernape even. Just to get that last itty bitty bit of damage as a last resort, because I don't really need any other moves besides, you know, some status moves, but I kinda can't with my Assault Vest. And Ice Beam is there for Rotom-Mow, just to hit it super effectively in case it comes in, like, and I can predict, or I can actually live 2 Leaf Storms back to back, but I don't think McGee is gonna be staying in on the first Ice Beam. But I don't really have any other move slots. Next up is actually Wigglytuff, holding the Heavy Duty Boots, ability Frisk, with Stealth Rock, Protect, Wish, and Teleport. So how do I explain this? So because Vaporeon is running Assault Vest, it has no recovery, and there just happened to be a second Cleric on my team that can Wish up Vaporeon with the Assault Vest, instead of me being forced to run specially defensive Vaporeon. I'm just running Wigglytuff, and I can heal it up reliably with Wish and Teleport. And fun fact, Wigglytuff actually has a higher HP stat than Vaporeon by 10 base points, so no matter what, I am healing Vaporeon for about 60% HP, which, with this Vaporeon set that I am bringing, is going to be very, very valuable. Stealth Rock, Protect, Wish, and Teleport are just there for utility. Wish and Protect are so that I can keep Wigglytuff alive as well, rather than just getting one Wish off and dying, which, let's be fair, it's going to be doing that anyway, sadly, but hopefully it won't. Teleport is there for the momentum so that I can safely get into Vaporeon rather than just, you know, getting in, being threatened by an Infernape. Let's say I'm in range of a close combat, going into Vaporeon, goes for a close combat, Vaporeon dies and nothing happens. Like, I need Teleport there for just the momentum in general. And Stealth Rock is there because I otherwise do not have it, because I am not bringing Diancie or Donphan. So this is my only rocker outside of those two, and I think it's going to be able to set up rocks somewhat reliably, and it's going to force Corviknight to go for Defog. And last but not least, we have Rotom Heat with the Rocky Helmet, ability, not sturdy, fuck. Levitate. There we go. With Toxic, Volt Switch, Defog, and Overheat. Toxic is there just to generally damage Mew, status Mew, status the Altaria, status the Pyukumuku, and just not Vaporeon, Umbreon. Volt Switch is there for momentum because need it badly, and Defog and Overheat are just there as basically fodder. I'm only going to be clicking Toxic and Volt Switch for the majority of the match. The only time I'm clicking Overheat is if Nidoqueen ever gets in range of it, but I highly doubt it ever does. Especially with Umbreon on the team to reliably heal it up. As long as Urshifu doesn't pressure it enough. And Defog is just there in case Hazard Stack Mew comes, but otherwise Hazards aren't too big of a problem coming from this team, except for T-Spikes. And in case Gengar is gone, I want a backup measure to Toxic Spikes, especially with Vaporeon being my answer to Nidoqueen, and that being really, really limited by T-Spikes and me not having Heal Bell on Wigglytuff. So that's been the team today. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed the team builder. Well, I'm not gonna plug anything right now, but you know, if you want to sub, you can. And I really have nothing else to say. I'll see you guys during the battle. Welcome back, everyone. To our week, not week one. Pretend that says week 2. Pretend that says week 2 for now. There we go, week 2. To our week 2 battle against P. McGee, who brings Mew, Corviknight, Cinccino, Pyukumuku, Nidoqueen, and Umbreon. Okay, I just want to quickly point out that there is no Urshifu resist on this team. There is a fighting resist, and there are fighting resists, and there is a dark resist, but there is no combination. There is no resist to the combination of both. So Gengar can quite literally hit everything except for Umbreon here super effectively. But Umbreon is super passive, and I can get a Mega Scizor on that, or I can get a Mega Scizor in on that, I can get a Rotom in on that, I can just basically do whatever until it gets in range of Sludge Wave. No Mega Altaria really surprised me. So, what can I lead off with? This is gonna be a really difficult battle. I do not expect to win, but I think I can pretty safely lead off with Scizor. Unless he leads off with Nidoqueen. Okay, cool. Now let's see. Does Cinccino get a fire move? I'm gonna open Showdown on another tab. Does Cinccino get a fire move? It gets Sunny Day, and I do not believe. Wait, it gets Nape. It does not get a Nature Power or a Natural Gift. So I believe I can just U-turn here for free. Yep. U-turn out for free. Rocky Helmet. Okay, that is going to be an issue. So I'm gonna go into Rotom, and then I'm gonna hard predict that he goes into Nidoqueen. So I'm gonna double into Vaporeon. Goes into Umbreon. Okay. I'm gonna flip turn then. Excuse me? Was that fucking Zap Cannon Umbreon I just saw? I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see that. I'm just gonna quickly pretend like I didn't. He brought Helmet on everything, bro. What the fuck? Alright, bitch, take this knockoff. Alright, I'm gonna quickly predict that this thing has a fire move, and I think Wigglytuff is my safe switching. It has leftovers. Substitute. Okay. Fuck. It's Subcall Mind Mew. Fuck. This thing has a fairy move, I'm pretty sure. Draining Kiss, that's even worse. Fuck. I'm gonna go into Rotom. Baton Pass, dude, yeah. Yeah, this is the shit that Umbreon does. People really underestimate what this thing can actually do. This thing's gonna go for Rock Blast. I'm pretty sure I can go into Mega Scizor, but if it goes for U-turn, then I'm kinda fucked. Are you fucking kidding me? Well, that's gonna fucking kill me. I need to go for Bullet Punch no matter what, because I just died to this anyway. God damn it. I'm gonna stay in predicting the Baton Pass. Yep. Okay, cool. Do I reveal that I'm Expert Belt yet, or... Yeah, I will. U-turn? Yep. He thinks I'm he thought I was Scarf. Or some kind of choice variant. And... Chinchino? Okay. Knockoff is gonna come out, I'm pretty sure. Nope. Okay. Cool. Now, do I reveal that I'm Scarf? Helmet chip, that sucks, whatever. I think I can just safely go into Shadow Ball, which I can safely... Oh, Shadow Ball. Alright, now I can just Psychic. And hopefully eliminate this Nidoqueen. Nope, okay. Well, now he knows I have Psychic, so that's gonna be dangerous. What do I do here? I think I predict the Dark move finally coming out. Yep, okay. Good. Now I get another free U-turn. And... I'm gonna Thunderbolt because this also hits Umbreon for neutral damage. And that I'm pretty sure it gets it in range of... Gets it in range of Sludge Wave, if that happens. If not, I'm pretty sure with 16 HP I can live a Dark Pulse unless he has special attack on the Umbreon. I should probably hide the shit on my layout too. And then Chinchino is dead. Cool. Yeah, I always forget about the layout. My bad. Thankfully, he gave me enough time to realize that I hadn't done it. Good read. But you're in range of Psychic, my dude. But I think you're going to go... You're gonna double into Umbreon. You are... Spadef Drop? No. Fucking leftovers, dude. I think I live a Dark Pulse, though. If not, this might be a roll to kill. It's not. Okay, I lived. Thunderbolt did how much? Okay, I need to scroll down. Okay, I actually haven't hit this with Thunderbolt. I think I can KO it with Shadow Ball though. I think the safe bet is I go Thunderbolt. Okay, cool. Oh, innards out. Fuck. I do not die. Okay, the good thing is everything just dies to a good blow. I swear to God, if this is Rocky Helmet Needle Queen, I can't risk it. I cannot risk this being Rocky Helmet Needle Queen. Fuck, he's gonna roost now. Yep. That's so bad. That is actually so bad. Fuck. Okay, yeah. If he's sub-taunt Calm Mind Draining Kiss? Nope, okay. Okay, now I'm gonna teleport into Urshifu. Get it back to almost full. I'm gonna go into Wigglytuff. Teleport. Go into Urshifu. Back into Wigglytuff. Teleport. Go into Urshifu. U-turn. Now Wish. Protect. Got another up. Calm Mind up. Wicked Blow. I think I might have just fucked up. I need to exhaust this thing out of teleports. I mean, substitutes. Fuck. Fuck. How many subs do you have left? 6. Teleport has 26. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is GG. Fucking Vaporeon! Ugh. God damn it! Don't fucking get paralyzed. I hate you. Ugh. God damn it. GG. Okay, that para just pisses me off. Like, it didn't lose me the game or anything. This thing has four substitutes left. It would have been left with two because I only got parried twice. Um, I killed off Wigglytuff and Rotom, which was a mistake from me. Um, fucking, fucking Mew. I hate fighting this shit. I lose to Mew every time I fucking fight it. God damn it, I could have won that. If I hadn't let that Corviknight roost. If I hadn't let that Corviknight roost, I could have won that battle. I should have just Wicked Blown. I legitimately should have just, like, Wicked Blown. Let's see. Like, let's see, come on. Like, Dark Pulse, barely lived, gun to Pyukumuku. Yeah, that double right there. That was a really good double from him. That was a really fucking good double from him. I should have just Wicked Blown here. Here, instead of switching, I should have just gone into Nidoqueen if I had done that. Because, the Umbreon is at 11. Corviknight is at 17. I'm at 17, so I'm not in range of Rocky Helmet. So, instead of doing what like, the thing is, I couldn't risk that Nidoqueen also being Rocky Helmet and me just losing the game right there by not being able to kill off the Corviknight without the Mew setting up, so... If that was Rocky Helmet Nidoqueen, then yeah, I was fucked regardless. So it really all depends on the sets that he brought. I might actually do a... I figured I might actually do a post-com with him, because I know that he has a channel as well, he has a good microphone. I'm gonna contact him right now. I'll see if we can get it, but if not, then, you know, this is kinda just over. So just in case, I'll see you guys later. Bye! Welcome back, everyone. I am here with our opponent this week. Say hi.
Hello, hello.
Um, so looking at the paste, straight up, no introduction, no need. Straight up looking at the paste. God damn it, I hate fighting Mew. Can you tell I hate fighting Mew?
Yeah, so it was very clear looking at the team you were going to bring that it was going to pretty much require you to pack Scarf Urshifu because that 97 speed stat is really frustrating for you in this matchup
Yeah.
because you need to outspeed me with that Urshifu because I'm not going to get baited by a Sucker Punch, so you're not going to get me with Sucker Punch on Urshifu
No,
against my Mew.
I knew some type of setup Mew was coming, whether it was Agility, Nasty Plot, Subcall Mind like you
hmm
brought, Dragon Dance, something like that. It was gonna be a setup Mew because I just know your I know your play style. I know your play style. I
Yeah,
know you like to bring like a lot of breakers, a lot of defensive pieces, and then this one win con that you save until the end game. And
yeah.
like internally, when I saw you not bringing out Mew, I knew, okay, he's saving this shit for the end game, and it's gonna be really frustrating.
Well, so the Mew had two conditions to win. There was two things I needed to remove with the Mew for the Mew to be able, or I needed to remove before the Mew could come in and win the game. One
So
of them you
Scarfer
didn't bring, which
Shifu.
was Scarf Urshifu. I didn't need to kill Scarf Urshifu. I just needed to get on the field before Scarf Urshifu got on the field because there was a lot of pieces I could sub in front of. I could sub in front of Vaporeon. I could sub in front of Rotom. I could sub in front of a couple of other things. But I needed Urshifu to not be on the field for you to come in. But that wasn't one of the ones I was concerned about. The ones I was concerned about were Noivern because you could have a switcheroo set, and I couldn't sub on that because you had or it has Infiltrator.
Infiltrator.
So I couldn't sub on that if it was going to show up until I knew what kind of item it was running. If it was running like a heavy duty boots, I didn't care. But if it was like a scarf or a spec set, I couldn't actually set up in front of that. The other, which you did bring, was Gengar, just because I didn't have a good breaking move for Gengar, and Shadow Ball was going to do too much to me to be a good thing to fight against because I couldn't really fight that with just flamethrower.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
why I thought
needed
you
to
were
get
gonna.
Gengar off the field, and then
No, go. Sorry, I interrupted.
no, you're good. That's all I was gonna say really is I needed to get rid of Gengar, and if I could get rid of Gengar, then I just gotta fish for a Mew opening to get in front of get on the field before Urshifu, and it was probably game over for you.
Yeah, the one move I wasn't ready for a setup Muset. I thought you were only gonna run one setup move, like whether it be agility, rock polish, like, one of the
Hmm.
speed boosting ones, calm mind. I never thought about sub because I thought you were gonna need coverage for Gengar, which is why I was reluctant to switch it in. And by the time that I did, it was like by the time I realized that your only offensive moves were Draining Kiss and Flamethrower, you were
Hmm.
already at like +2, so I wasn't gonna be able to out damage you with Shadow Ball while you still gain back health with Draining Kiss, and with your HP EVs, I was never going to be able to hit KO you
Exactly.
at +2, even with max special attack expert belt. So by then it was already
Oh,
way
is that
too
what the item
late.
was? Yeah, I
Yeah,
couldn't figure out what the Gengar item was because that was really throwing me off. Because I
yeah, the
really expected a
Gengar.
Choice Locked
I should
Gengar if it
probably
was going
send
to
you
show
my
up,
paste. I
or
can't
maybe
believe I forgot. I forgot to show you my paste, huh? Yeah, I should probably show
yeah,
you
I don't know
that,
what you
shouldn't
had.
I?
That would give some
Um,
context.
Yeah, I had expert belt on the Gengar because I could hit everything super effectively with the coverage I had except for Umbreon. And the reason that I didn't prep for Umbreon that much is that, it's very passive. Like
Yep.
it's usually very passive. And I knew the Baton Pass pivot was gonna be able to come, but the thing is, Vaporeon with the things that you brought just flip turns on whatever comes in after Umbreon Baton passes.
Hmm. So
So I
I
thought, okay,
thought
I'm
that
clear of Umbreon, and then you zap cannoned me, and
yeah. Well, I actually think I undersped Umbreon. I might be wrong on that. I thought I ran a negative speed nature. I know I ran negative speed on the
no, you
Corviknight to
ran. I
under.
have the paste on screen right now. You
Okay.
ran bold. You ran bold
Okay. No, I ran negative speed IVs on the Corviknight,
on
or I
the
ran like a
Corviknight with
20
relaxed nature, yeah, to
because I
underspeed
wanted to underspeed
Vaporeon.
Umbreon
Oh,
or Vaporeon. That's what I meant.
Vaporeon.
Yeah, I wanted to underspeed that because I knew you were. If I could slow pivot on that, I get free entry for the Chinchino, who was my last change to this team. Chinchino wasn't originally in the game plan. It was always going to be Galarian Darmanitan, but I realized I couldn't break Vaporeon with that, and it was going to be a huge hindrance to my game because if you brought Haze Vaporeon, I was in a ton of trouble. I
Yeah, I ended
really
up
didn't have
bringing
good answers to
Assault
that.
Vest. I ended up bringing Assault Vest and the Wigglytuff because coming into this game, I knew Life Orb Nidoqueen was going to be the biggest threat to my team other than
Hmm.
Mew, but what can you really do about Mew? Like, I already had Scarf or Shifu, which is like a blanket check, but like it's not a
Yep.
counter. But like, not Mew doesn't have counters. Like, I sort of fucking god, I lose to every Mew because I assume it's gonna be like one of three sets, and then a fourth set comes along and fucks me over.
I actually thought Vaporeon was a really clean answer if you had used a haste set, because I don't have a lot of ways of dealing with Vaporeon with Mew. Just because I can't Dragon Dance quick enough to break you. You have a really good special defense set, so I can't really get
Yeah, the thing is,
good enough on the
I
nasty plot
was,
side.
I was scared of Taunt.
Yeah, I thought about that to be honest, but I know I needed substitute because I knew it was going to be Scarf Urshifu because it had to be Scarf Urshifu because if I brought
Yeah.
Darmanitan, it was obviously going to be Scarf, which you need to outspeed with your Urshifu.
hmm
If I brought Mew, which I was going to bring, obviously you know I'm going to speed check that against the Urshifu's 97,
I'm surprised you
and
didn't bring Mega Altaria.
it was on the plan. I had a set that was originally set up where neither Bullet Punch or Sludge Wave from Gengar one hit KO it, although maybe Expert Belt Sludge Wave might have done the job. I need to look at that again. I had that for a while, but I opted to run Umbreon instead because I needed a better way to check Gengar, just because Gengar was going to be a huge matchup.
Yeah, like early game, Gengar absolutely went in on your team.
Yeah,
It was getting damage on everything. The thing is that fucking Chinchino.
yeah, I misplayed the
That
Chinchino. That
Chinchin.
sack nearly ruined it for me because
Yeah, the
that
thing is,
Chinchino
but
shut it
my
down.
my Mega Scizor sack also fucked me over too. So like the thing about that is I couldn't break your like the thing I could have done if I had actually played that Mega Scizor correctly is broken your wait, how much how what are the defense EVs from you I'm assuming are for bullet is for Bullet Punch, right? From Mega
They're just
Scizor?
leftovers.
Oh, they're just
They're just leftover
leftovers?
EVs.
Okay,
Yeah, there
so
wasn't
let me
anything
calc
special
this
about
real
those.
quickly on my other tab. Let's see. So Mega Scizor with 56 attack EVs against Mew with 248 HP, 28 defense, timid. Bullet Punch was actually a roll to break your sub. It
Yeah,
was
I mean,
largely in my
I
favor,
wasn't
but largely in my
I
favor, but a
wasn't
roll.
worried about it though, because I didn't care if you broke it or not, because Scizor couldn't 1v1 that Mew after a combine, because I'm pretty sure I nearly
Yeah,
go.
no,
I
the
mean,
thing,
you had a
no, I
lot of
mean, like,
special
I could
defense
have
investment.
broken the sub. You kill me with Flamethrower, I come in with her Shifu, and I Wicked Blow and I kill it.
Well, yeah, but I don't stay in because that's what Corviknight
Yeah, the
and
thing is, you
Pyukumuku
don't
were there
stay in,
for.
but the thing is, like, I threw the game, straight up.
It was going back and forth until Gengar clicked Thunderbolt on Pyukumuku, and that's where you lost the game. Um, that was the big turn in my favor because Vaporeon, Wigglytuff, Rotom, all were free sub opportunities for Mew. Super easy for me to click sub on any of those, get
Mhm.
behind that sub, and none of them could break it. And so you had to pivot into Urshifu. Urshifu can only U-turn on Mew. Anything else, it risks dying to Draining Kiss. So I just sub again. I Calm Mind again. Next time Urshifu does and U-turns, I click Draining Kiss. My health is back to full.
Yeah,
And I just continue that cycle until I get to +6.
you bluffed the Psychic Titan, you hella bluffed the stab move on Mew in front of Gengar.
Yes,
Like,
because I
that
knew
was
you
the
had to
whole
respect
reason
it
I
one time.
lost. Like, yeah, you lived a hit no matter what. I was scared of a Psychic Fangs or just a special Mew in general.
Hmm.
So no matter what, I had to switch there unless I made the hardest read of my life. The thing is, the
Yeah,
other turn where I lost the game hard was going into Vaporeon on the Nidoqueen when I had her Shifu in. Everything was in range of Wicked Blow. Corviknight was at 17%, Umbreon was at 11%, and Mew and Nidoqueen were the only things that were left over. Both of which,
yeah.
well, Nidoqueen was at 56. The thing is, I saw your Rocky Helmet on Corviknight and Pyukumuku, and I thought maybe you were running defensive Nidoqueen, which I thought was going to be what you were working towards in the end game, like a defensive win
Nah.
con. Like it was either that or a subcall mine Mew like you brought. So
Yeah, Mew was always the win condition. And then
I got really,
Cinccino, if I
really,
could get going with that.
I got really, really scared of Rocky Helmet Nidoqueen, and your Corviknight still had Rocky Helmet as well, and my Urshifu was at 17%.
Yeah. So I think I wasn't sure if it was going to live on 1% or not. I couldn't tell with the
It
Urshifu.
was, like, because of my perspective, I knew I was at 17 point something percent. I was not in range of Rocky Helmet. What I should have done in
Oh.
Like I
Yeah, I know
lived one
exactly what you're
hit.
talking about.
I lived one hit. I lived one hit. I would have been left at 1%. Would have been a 3-0 from me because I just clicked Wicked Blow the rest of the game and I won. Because I lived one
Yep.
hit from Rocky Helmet Corviknight. I KO'd the Mew. I KO'd the Umbreon and I KO'd the Nidoqueen. But I don't know if it's just me playing it way too I don't know if it's just me, but either I'm stupid or you bluffed the hell out of that Rocky Helmet Nidoqueen that ended up being Life Orb. I would have won the
I
game.
don't think I was ever I don't think I was ever trying to trick with the Nidoqueen being because I had two helmets, which I felt like was enough. I thought
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about in this game. I thought I had lost it, and then you clicked U-turn or something like that, or
No,
you
I
hard
switched
switched
because
out.
I'm Scarf because
Yeah.
I clicked Wicked Blow on the Chinchino, I think, and I killed it.
Hmm.
And then you came in with Nidoqueen safely, and I was like, shit, this is Rocky Helmet because you switched into it super fast, but nope. Nope.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
I'm
definitely a
still
decisive turn.
I'm still kicking myself over that turn. Like
Because what happened, and this
literally
was
I
helpful
won the
too,
game.
because this is where the Zap Cannon came into play. I undersped your Vaporeon, so when I hard switched into my Corviknight and you hard switched in with your Vaporeon, I knew you had messed up in a way that was going to lose you the game because I could roost safely there. If you
Yeah.
weren't paralyzed, I don't get to roost safely because I'm slower than you because I intended it that way, and then I lose the game. Or if you would just but not paralyzed. You scald me or flip turn or whatever you want to do. I die, and then Urshifu comes back in and wins the game. So it was
Yeah,
really fortunate because as soon as I was able to roost, that meant Urshifu took 2 hits
that
to
meant
kill
Urshifu.
Corviknight,
Yeah,
which meant
which means you won
Urshifu
the
no
game.
longer wins that game. Yeah,
hmm
so that was the turn. It was very back and forth until then. I nearly threw it mid game when I lost the Chinchino on a bad switch in because I tried to hard call a Shadow Ball and you click Psychic instead, which really messed me up.
Yeah, I was
So
expert. Like I was hard bluffing the choice item until you
mhm.
brought in the Corviknight, and I thought I would kill it, but no, Corviknight's just too fucking bulky.
Yeah,
Like
so
I
that
knew from
nearly cost me on
the
Gengar.
I think I had hit yeah, I hit the Corviknight with U-turn before. I looked at the spread. Well, I think I looked at this like at the calc and saw that yeah, you were like physically defensive, or I just got a really bad roll. So I just assumed you were physically defensive. I thought I could kill with Thunderbolt,
Yeah,
but no,
yeah, it was
max
just a
H
really
like
fat
not even
Corviknight.
max HP. 248 HP Corviknight just lives a max special attack Thunderbolt expert belt Gengar. I hate how bulky Corviknight is.
I prefer Corviknight over Skarmory for that reason because you can take the occasional special hit and not be obliterated and still
hmm
work with that. So that's why I've liked Corviknight over Skarmory more, alongside the pivoting, obviously, because pivoting is great for my play style.
Yeah, pivoting
It's
is always
just
great.
its ability to deal with mixed attackers better than Skarmory, because Skarmory just gets obliterated by mixed attackers. Like I run into things like Garchomp with Flamethrower, and Skarmory just hates that, but Corviknight can manage that kind of matchup much better.
hmm
But yeah, I toyed around with Mega Altaria. Didn't want to bring it because it was too free a window for Vaporeon to come in to do Wish stuff. I couldn't break Wish Vaporeon with the Altaria. That's the main reason I did not bring it in the end. Is
hmm
there was no clean set where it did that, and I couldn't be a Dragon Dance Altaria because then Scizor just has an easy time with it because I
Yeah,
don't have a
no. No,
good
I was never
move to slot
expecting
in for
I
Scizor.
was expecting just a general like bulky maybe bulky defog Mega Altaria to set up Galarian Darmanitan if I set up rocks or like spikes with my Rose
Yeah,
Raid or something, just like if I set up hazards, you
and
have a safe bulky pivot into that. You have a really good answer to Urshifu. Like I was expecting Roost to defog, Hyper Voice, and Fire Blast or
yeah,
Flamethrower for my Scizor. That's
which
all I
is
was
what I
expecting, but
nearly brought. I nearly brought that, but I assumed Wish Vaporeon, and I knew that if it was Wish Vaporeon with Haze, that Altaria was not going to help me in that matchup, and I
I
needed
knew
to
I would
create a way
underspeed
for
you
you to
with
win.
Vaporeon, so I could like no matter what I did, I either went into Wigglytuff or Vaporeon on the Mega Altaria, especially
Hmm.
if it was bulky. I could wish up with Wigglytuff and teleport out for free on anything.
Yeah,
Like this is the
Wigglytuff wasn't the surprise bring. That was the only mon you brought that caught me off guard. Everything else I assumed was coming, and I had prepped
The
for it. I
the
really
only
thought
reason
the
I
Noivern
brought
would come.
Wigglytuff was so that I could wish up Vaporeon and have that really safe pivot in teleport
Yeah,
because I knew like you relied on out pivoting me and getting up momentum. Like I know that's your kind of playstyle, getting momentum in the early
yep,
game. And all I had to like my mindset here was break your momentum early game and then set up for Scarf or Shifu to win, which is what I did. But the thing is, I didn't
hmm
click the Wicked Blow button.
yeah, and I almost slotted Sucker Punch on Nidoqueen too. I thought about putting Sucker Punch on there just in case there was a low HP
Sucker Punch
Urshifu to
Nidoqueen?
deal with.
Wait,
Yeah.
excuse me. Nidoqueen gets that.
Oh yeah, I ran it with Nidoking all the time because I run physical Nidoking all the time when I use Nidoking. But Sucker Punch Nidoqueen can be ran. I almost slotted it in there. I needed all 4 moves because I didn't want to have to bring Sludge Wave because I really didn't expect Wigglytuff to show up, but it was my only way to poke Rotom Heat was with the Sludge Wave. So I was forced to carry that move even though it had very little utility.
Yeah.
Uh, but it worked out okay.
It's also
The
like
Urshifu
just a
was
generally safe move for you to click because it still does a shit ton of damage to Gengar. It does a solid amount of damage to non-Assault Vest Vaporeon, does a solid amount to Roserade. It's just like a
yeah.
generally safe move to click against my team, except if Mega Scizor comes in, but I'm never gonna do that because
You know I'm going to
I
pack
was running.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, you're gonna pack any fire move really because it also gets Fire Blast, and then I was expecting some speed, and I wasn't running any speed on my Scizor,
Yeah,
and
I
because of my
expected you wouldn't. I didn't think you'd gamble on it because you technically lose the speed battle if you try to fight it with Nidoqueen and then you lose all the bulk. So I knew you wouldn't fight that battle, and so I just crept, I think, uninvested Rotom Heat with my
Mm.
Nidoqueen, and I was like, I don't think you're gonna go max speed Jolly here. I don't see you risking all the bulk to
To be
try to
honest,
maybe outspeed a
I
Nidoqueen.
would have gone all in with the bulk because Rotom cannot do shit to your Nidoqueen with any move that
No,
it
it
ever
can't.
gets.
Its best move is Overheat, which leaves you really vulnerable to free turns for Nidoqueen. And if I'm like a sub
Free
Nidoqueen, then it
turns
gets
for
really
everything
scary.
because even if I KO you with Nidoqueen, you just come in with that Mew for free and you sub.
Yep. I did that at one point in the game, I'm pretty sure. You killed
Yeah,
something
you
with the
did.
Rotom Heat, and then I just brought Mew in and
Yeah,
subbed. And then I think
you
that's where the sub cycle started.
that's where the sub cycle started. Another move where I threw was sacking the Wigglytuff because I was trying to exhaust your substitute PP. You were left with four. You would have been left with
Yep,
two if I hadn't gotten the Paras on Vaporeon, and if I did keep teleporting instead of sacking the Wigglytuff, you would have run out of subs, and I would have broken it with U-turn, sacked Rotom Heat, and Wicked Blow won the
that
game.
was that was your game. That was your way to victory was the PP game. But I was very carefully watching that, and I knew I had enough set up where you were losing too many pieces because you had to save Urshifu to
I
the
got
end. That was your
impatient.
only way out.
Like the only
Um,
like I got impatient. I straight up
I
got impatient, and it cost me the game.
I don't know if you could have saved yourself because eventually you have to start trading pieces to keep getting Urshifu back in. I don't know if there was a way out once we got into that cycle late game. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know that you could have gotten out with enough PP because I was not wasting it. I wasn't clicking substitute when I didn't need to. I was only attacking the pieces in the front of the field. So if Urshifu wasn't on the field clicking U-turn, I wasn't pressing substitute. So I was just doing flamethrower damage to Wigglytuff, flamethrower damage to Rotom Heat, uh,
Yeah, and
draining kissing the Vaporeon.
once you started setting up more calm minds, I was done.
Yeah, because
Like
that's
I
where it
could
came
have
down
won the
to. I knew
game
where
if
my
you
win
stayed at
condition was.
+1, but no, like
No, I mean I knew I needed to calm mine because
mm,
I did the assessment on it. So if I kept calm mining, so I'd calm mine while Urshifu wasn't on the field. If Urshifu was on the field, I click substitute, and then you have to switch back into Urshifu again to break my sub. So I just keep calm mining, and then I don't have to worry about losing too much health because I can draining kiss because you have a Vaporeon with a 130 HP stat, and you have like a Wigglytuff with like a 145 HP stat. So that's
140.
really easy. Yeah, really stupid easy amounts of health to get back with draining kiss. So I was not worried about my health going down if I was trying to overly calm mind because I wasn't going to be broken down just because I could draining kiss freely and I wasn't going to accidentally KO them either, which meant I
Yeah.
wasn't going to be vulnerable at any point in time to the Urshifu.
I wish I
So
had
I,
gone Wigglytuff on the Corviknight instead
mhm,
of Vaporeon because I could
Vaporeon.
have wished up there and then I could have teleported into Urshifu enough damage to um even live two Rocky Helmet damages because
Yeah.
by that
Oh,
point you
absolutely.
hadn't revealed Life Orb yet. You hadn't because you hadn't clicked like a move at all. You kind of
Yep.
just used Nidoqueen as your pivot in and out. Like you doubled a
Oh
lot
yeah.
with Nidoqueen whenever you brought it in.
Yeah. So I couldn't get that was the big thing that was unfortunate for me in this match is I couldn't get Nidoqueen going. Your team didn't have good answers. That's why you had
To
aging
be honest,
Vaporeon. If
that
you
actually worked out for you because then you didn't reveal your item.
True. You would have gotten that off the first calc from damage. It would have been pretty clear I was Life Orb, which would have changed the in conditions. I was at huge risk of losing that game when I threw the Chinchino. That was almost the
Yeah.
turn I should have lost the game. Because that was my way to deal with Gengar. Is the what is it? The Urshifu was too fragile to come in at Rock Blast at that point in the game because it was down to a low amount of percentage. So you couldn't
Hmm.
hard switch in Urshifu on Rock Blasts and then maybe the Wigglytuff, but the Wigglytuff didn't want to really come in on Chinchino. It wasn't going to threaten me with damage. What did it have?
Yeah,
Hyper Voice?
I thought you were gonna go for a knockoff because, I just assumed you had it for Gengar, but you didn't have it and went for
Yeah.
Rock Blast, so when I switched into Mega Scizor, it actually caught me off guard, and instead of switching back out because I knew I needed like because of the possibility for you to be set up Mew, I ended up sacking it, which also cost me the game. So
I
like
didn't,
there
yeah.
were a
I
ton
didn't
of
mind if you had
turns
switched
there
into,
were a ton of
sorry.
turns in that game where either of us could have lost, and you just got more fortunate with the turns where I threw. Like the amount of turns where I
Yeah.
threw. Um,
I only had a couple of bad turns. The bad turns I had were all around the Gengar. It was letting the Corviknight eat the Thunderbolt, which put him into KO range for the Urshifu, and it
mhm.
was uh losing my losing my Cinccino to the Gengar, which was a problem, and then not wishing on my Umbreon when I had chances against the Gengar. Because again, I was just misplaying around it and nearly cost me.
Hmm.
Really fortunate that the Dark Pulse was able to break it so much that the Pyukumuku innards out finished it, and then I got that turn for Urshifu
Yeah,
that I
I
needed when
forgot.
you
To be
AoE.
honest, I forgot
So,
about innards out.
because
I
like I
completely
said, if you would click
forgot.
Wicked Blow on the Nidoqueen, that was game over. I had no outs.
Hmm. I forgot
Um,
about innards out completely. I forgot it was an ability in general. I thought you were just running the standard unaware for the Mega Scizor.
no, I didn't care
But
to
you
because
didn't.
I knew Scizor
Scizor was
couldn't
gonna be
get.
bulky. It was gonna be a bulky pivot.
Well, it didn't matter if it was or not because if Scizor had been a Swords Dance set, it didn't really have a way to deal with Corviknight. I would eventually because what's your move for Corviknight if you start Swords Dancing? Bullet Punch.
Yeah, no, nothing.
And so
Like
I didn't need to
knockoff, I
worry
guess.
about unaware. Yeah, but I didn't think you'd run that move. It didn't make sense with a Swords Dance set to run knockoff, and because then you couldn't really fit Bullet Punch because you have Swords Dance, you have Roost, you have presumably Bullet Punch or
U-turn.
U-turn, and then I guess knockoff. But it was a hard set for you to run and sweep. And then even if you did that set, then I can hard switch into Pyukumuku, sack Pyukumuku, and then get rid of Mega Scizor that way.
Yeah,
So if that's what shows up, I wasn't worried. So I didn't need unaware because what could set up didn't scare me. And then I knew I would need to trade or at least mostly obliterate the Urshifu. So I figured if you were going to start trying to sack me with Wicked Blows, I could throw away Pyukumuku and then you lose most of your Urshifu health, if not all of it.
yeah.
And that played out well for me.
Hmm.
But it was definitely our closest game we've had so far. We've traditionally not
Definitely,
had close
probably the
games.
best game that we've had just in general. It was actually really fun to play. I got really salty at the end of the battle in the recording, but like overall, it was like fun throughout the game.
Yeah,
I'm just sick of losing to you. Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah. No, I get that. Um,
Like,
what was I gonna
like
say?
the most of
Yeah,
the
I,
like
I, I
most people who don't know any context won't get this, but like literally we battled 6 times counting this battle. He's won
mhm,
5 of them, and the one battle I've won is a 6-0.
yeah.
So like
You had the one
it's
really good battle. And I think the big thing
that
that
awakened the
really,
monster in you against me. That just awakened the monster. Like it
yeah, because
awakened
I
the
won the,
sleeping giant.
because we played BBF that first season one. I won both of those games. Those games were
Yeah.
never in your
I mean, to
advantage at
be
any point in
fair,
time in those
that was
games.
what inspired me to draft Arceus Electric and BBF Season 2. That
Yeah,
battle was what
which worked
inspired
out well
me.
for you again.
Oh yeah, made it to finals. We met again in finals. You won, as always.
I mean, I just knew what RCS Electric had to do. So they were entirely on a tangent right now, but the
Okay,
RCS
yeah,
Electric
sorry,
in that
completely off
match, I
track.
rem no, no, but I wanted to mention that too because we never broke down that game. The RCS Electric in that match had a real issue with 4 move slot syndrome because I knew you wanted to run Volt Beam on
I
it.
think it'd
I
be
knew you
better if we
wanted to run
talk
Calm
about
Mind. I
this
knew you wanted
after
to.
the recording, because like this has nothing to
That's
do
fine.
with.
We're on a
Yeah,
tangent.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, I think the larger point here is that I know generally what moves you want to pack onto your Mons, what things you want to do. The Gengar was the real spicy bring here, but nothing else caught me off guard. The Wigglytuff was neat, but like it didn't pressure me. It was just wish
It
support,
didn't
and it.
pressure you, but
Sh-
like the Vaporeon did pressure you a lot with Assault Vest.
yeah.
Like it was definitely one of the
Um.
biggest threats to your team. The thing is, like I needed wish support on that in order for Assault Vest to like fit on there. It was a really wacky set, but like I like bringing wacky sets against you to catch you off guard occasionally, and
What.
maybe one day that'll win me a game. Maybe. Like the
So
one time
that's
I
the
caught
thing.
you off guard
It
in
did work.
BBL was the Flame Orb
Yep.
Slowbro, and that's how I won. I'm trying to do that shit again.
I'm trying very carefully not to be reliant on one specific Mon because that's why you beat me in that match is because I was so reliant on Zygarde to win me matches that when you shut down Zygarde entirely with that Flame Orb Slowbro, I was screwed. So Mew's taking off for me in this league, but I'm not intending for Mew too. It just kind of keeps happening where Mew has a good fun matchup and it's hard to check because you don't know what set I'm going to bring and I'm a
Yeah, Mew's
capable enough
just a
coach
fucking
where you can't
nightmare.
assume like
I
you
hate
can't assume I'm
Mew.
going to bring like Dragon Dance 3 attack because like that's like the bland offensive Mew set, but that's not my play style with bland Mew sets. I try to keep it
Hmm.
original and spice it up. I've seen this set before. That's the reason I brought the set against you. Is this set nearly destroyed me the one time I ran into it? So I was like, oh, I'm going to pocket this set for a later match, and this was the match where it made sense to bring it. This is the exact four
Hmm.
moves another coach brought against me. So it's not even an original set by me. It's just I saw a coach do this. It was nearly destructive against me, and I'm like, I know this will work. And so this was the matchup. It worked.
Yeah, and of course you
Uh,
won the match anyway. God damn it.
well, yeah, with the Mew, which I don't intend to be dominating with a Mew. I did not expect it to be as effective in these first 2 weeks as it's been. It's
I'm
got 10
telling you,
KOs, zero
man.
deaths.
I'm telling you, Mew's better than Urshifu. I'm telling you. Like, bruh.
Mew's better than Urshifu as long as you have a way to pressure Urshifu. Because if Urshifu is free to run Scarf, then Mew's not so great
I
off.
mean,
But
like,
I was
overall, in
able
the
to,
draft format, in my
yeah,
personal opinion, Mew is better than Urshifu. It just has a lot better matchups than Urshifu does because when you see Urshifu drafted, people know to draft a bulky fairy. When other people see drafting Mew, the best you can do is draft a bulky dark type. But like that's not
yeah,
even like a true counter because a lot of bulky dark types are passive, like Umbreon. Um,
yep,
and the ones that aren't, like Zarude is like a hard counter to Mew because of Darkest Lariat, but like
yeah.
Mew also gets bug moves, so that's also an issue.
That's why I was really happy I got to run Cosmic Power Mew in week 1 because it was so obviously not going to be the Mew set I brought in week 2. Like you just knew that wasn't coming because what's the point? Urshifu doesn't care with Wicked Blow.
Oh yeah,
So
no.
I was able to use the Mew set that gave you absolutely no information on how I was going to use Mew in week 2 because you knew I couldn't bring that set. It had no value in this matchup. It was going to lose me the game. Gengar could push through it early on. Urshifu
Yeah, like
literally
you're
couldn't
the only
interact.
person that I go back and you're the only person that I go back and see your replays in order to get information out of you because like I cannot beat you. I cannot
Yeah, and then
fucking beat you without
and
background.
week 1 gave you very little to work with because I went straight into Cosmic Power Mew on like turn
And
seven
then
or
of course
eight.
we fight week two where I have the least amount of info with the team that you barely even know how to use, and the only Mon that I know that you commonly use is Pyukumuku, which I already know how to beat. So yeah, I had absolutely no information for from you, whether it be week one or anything.
I
What
lost
happened?
audio for a second. I
Oh,
lost audio
okay.
for a second. I'm back.
Oh, okay. Um,
Um, but yeah, you were saying sorry about Mew being like the a problem one, which I
yeah, I
understand.
had absolutely no, I got absolutely no information out of you week one, and I can't even go
Hmm.
back and like to other leagues because we're in a lot of leagues together, and even then, because this is a team that you're super like new to using, I cannot go back and reliably get information out of it.
Yeah, I mean the only pieces that I've used with decent frequency on this team that I've used in other leagues are the Corviknight, which is pretty standard as of a mon. Like it's not that exciting. You kind of know what Corviknight's doing when it shows up, so that's not really helpful.
Yeah, it's either
And then
bulk up or a
Pyukumuko.
defog.
Yeah, and then Pyukumuku, which you've seen me use and like you know and you've used, so you know how Pyukumuku works. So like it's not new
Mhm.
information. You've not seen me run Mew. You've not seen me use Infernape. Altaria, you don't see used anywhere. Darmanitan, you don't really see used anywhere. So those are mons that are
I mean,
kind
you
of mixed
do, but
wild
the people
cards.
who draft it are because they think it's broken and it's not, and I easily
Yes.
beat them every time they bring it.
Yeah, which is the big thing. Like Darmanitan's a mon you should bring to a lot of matchups because it's so oppressive, but I knew to leave it behind for this matchup because it didn't make any sense. It wasn't going to break
No,
Vaporeon. It was too vulnerable to Bullet Punch. It was too vulnerable to Scarf Urshifu. It really did not have a good matchup, so I
and
left it
Scarf
at home.
Urshifu was like a must to bring in this matchup, and still is in this matchup.
Yeah,
Like,
which was good for me because it
I'm
doesn't.
pretty sure you already know that I'm bringing Scarf Urshifu if we ever face off in playoffs. So,
And it makes it tough for you because you can't two hit KO Mew or you can't two hit KO Pyukumuku or Corviknight with Wicked Blow if you're
mhm.
forced into Scarf. I checked the calcs on that. You're incentivized to run Jolly because if you don't run Jolly, you're vulnerable to Jolly Darmanitan. So it's
Yeah,
again an awkward spot for you. So I think I had a lot of pieces to play with in this matchup. I was a little over reliant on Mew again, which I don't like to be over reliant on Mons. I almost never have Mons that lead on the kill leaderboards because I just have a variety of pieces I use. But through two
yeah.
weeks, Mew has 10 of my 12 kills, which is not where I want to be.
It's not where you
So
want to
I need,
be, but it's like the only choice you had because Mew was your win con for both of those matches, for both of your week one matches.
yeah. I mean, I
But like
didn't really need Mew to win week one. I just had such an easy time.
later on, you're definitely gonna start running into matchups where Mew can't really run setup sets. It's not gonna be a good win con. It's more gonna be like a supportive piece, like whether it be
Hmm.
against whether it be the Zamazenta Crown team that's really vulnerable to spikes, which you otherwise don't really have any of,
No, yeah, Mew's
whether
my spiker if I want
like
spikes.
Mew is your spiker if you want spikes, or against like
Mega
the
Medicham.
Dragapult, against the Dragapult Mega Medicham team with Celesteela as well. That team's pretty like top heavy, but like that threatens your core a lot. But Mew's definitely gonna be like a bulky psychic. Like you're gonna run into matchups where Mew is
Yeah,
going to be more of a supportive piece eventually. It just had such an easy time being your offensive win con both of these matches.
yeah, which is fine with me. I haven't looked at my week 3 all that much yet. Yeah, I built for it, but like I haven't like really dissected it. I usually don't do the Mew set until the last minute because I know Mew's coming, so I build the other
Oh yeah,
5 and then I
no,
figure out what I
no.
want Mew to
Mew,
do.
Mew is like the only round, like the top three that you always want to run in the sixth slot. You never really want
Yep,
like because you need to really dissect matchups and decide what is Mew's role, what am I lacking in this matchup? If I am lacking something, can Mew do it effectively in this matchup?
exactly. So that's kind of where I'm still getting accustomed to Mew. This is only my second game I play with Mew. I had another league where I have Mew, but Mew didn't have to come out of the Pokeball in week 1, so I haven't really gotten to try Mew in that other league yet. So this is still me assimilating to Mew play. But so far so good. It definitely fits my versatile play style. I can definitely get some spicy things out of it.
hmm
I don't. I'm gonna have to try harder for playoffs. On the assumption I make playoffs because I'm gonna
You
need to
probably
find
will.
spicy.
There's a lot of coaches here who don't know you, and the only way to like beat you is getting information out of you, which
In
is
week
really
1 gave
hard.
nothing, which was great, and then week two gives a lot to work with. In terms of information, it just reinforces that Mew is going to be versatile and not be a Dragon Dance set most of the
Yeah.
times. I'll actually be surprised if I run Dragon Dance more than once all season. I don't like doing Dragon Dance. I don't think I've clicked that move in draft more than twice in my entire draft experience.
Oh wow.
I just don't run Dragon Dance that much. I don't draft Dragonmons all that much. I tend to draft bulky dragons when I do draft dragons, and then they don't tend to ever want to go on the offensive like that. So I'm
Yeah.
not in the habit of clicking that move, and so it'll be weird to slot that in from you if the matchup ever shows up where I can see sense out of it. And if I want to do that, I just do it with Altaria because Altaria is a pretty fun
Altaria
time
just
clicking
does Dragon
Dragon
Dance
Dance.
better, but like even if it does, I rarely see Altaria run Dragon Dance effectively. Like the only times I see
Yeah,
like Dragon Dance if it's like there's no fairy resist and all the Scarfers are like weak to Altaria.
yeah.
But
So I
like
haven't had that
most of the
situation
time,
yet.
you're gonna be running bulky Hyper Voice Fire Blast Altaria anyway.
It's where I've been so far, especially because return isn't allowed in this league, so you lose some of that physical potency, and so I have
Yeah.
to adjust accordingly for it. But
All
yeah,
right. Well, I think
good
that's really
match.
all we really need to discuss. Like we've
Yeah,
gone on for a pretty long time now and gotten off track on
I'm
multiple
I'm
occasions.
sure you will. I'm sure you may chop it down. We just kind of went on
Nah,
for like
I
30
don't edit
minutes.
my videos. This video is gonna be an hour and
Uh,
12. This video is gonna be like an hour and 15 minutes long probably.
fun.
If you have anything you want to plug it now.
No, I post videos on my YouTube when I have the motivation to do so. I haven't had too much motivation lately, but maybe I'll come back and start talking about this league. I haven't decided yet. So if that's the case, I'll
Understandable.
just plug it in the chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description. Don't worry.
Cool.
Um, well, it was good getting to talk about you, like talking to you because like you're really analytical, really analytical. It helps a lot.
Yeah,
I
I
just want
tried to play that way.
and
I don't,
yeah, GG's, man. Sorry for saying that.
yeah,
I'm just like super salty about losing the match because one, I could have won, and two, this is the
you could
fifth
have
time
won.
I lose to you. This is the fifth time I lose to you out of 6 games that we have
Yeah,
fought.
I mean, this was the closest one, so maybe we're better matched in Nat Dex than we are in Ubers at the
Oh
moment.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
All right, well, yeah. I'll see you later. I'll see you later, man. Hopefully we get to
yeah,
fight in playoffs. I really want to have this match again because like this is one
I
of
look forward to
the
it.
more
It's a
fun
very
matches that
balanced
we've had.
match.
hmm
Yeah, these are balanced matchups. There's no clear advantage in team preview. It's the way I see it. So I look
hmm
forward to a rematch if we see it in playoffs. Good
Yep.
luck with your season.
You too, man. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Like we said in the call, make sure to drop just go visit Mickey's channel, sub while you're there. He's really, really good, makes really informational videos. He's a better coach than I am. I'll say that already. Um, and yeah, that's all I really have to say today. Bye.